Coach Devin here. I wanted to touch on something that someone had messaged me on social media just the other day, and I thought he brought up a pretty cogent point, and I thought it'd be good to talk about it here. So he had been talking to me a little bit about training and wanting to do some training. He had some goals that he wanted to achieve, and they're pretty big goals, right? He's looking to make some big changes with his body. Anyway, he said to me finally, while we're going back and forth and discussing ways we can help and I could help. He said, well, why would I do this with you? I can just download workouts online. I can go on Instagram, find a workout. I can Google a workout. I can, look it up wherever. There's lots of free apps. I'll just do that. I could do that. What makes you worth any money? And you know what? He's got a good point. Why is it that you would spend, $65, $100 an hour for my expertise or one of my trainer's expertise rather than just going and Googling it yourself and doing it yourself? Good question. And this is how I would respond to that, and this is how I respond to him, because I think it's a question that's worth answering. I don't blow people off on that stuff. I like to tell people the truth on things, and as much as possible. And quite frankly, if you're not going to be my client, or a client of my gym, I get it. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. That's totally cool. And I'm still going to give you the honest information and the right information. And if you choose to go with somebody else, then you choose to go with somebody else. I'm not angry about that. I don't get annoyed when people ask questions. I think that's a good thing. This is the whole point of this thing, that we have back and forth communication and you give value. I'm a big fan of giving value and giving honest value to people. And if they're going to be my client or my client in my gym, that's great. And if you're not going to be a client, you know what? I wish them the best, and I hope they have success, in whatever they do. And if it's a different trainer, they do it online, that's cool. So to touch on his point, I said to him, look, and I'm not trying to be flippant here, you can look up legal advice too. Would you hire a lawyer if you're getting divorced, or do you say you're going to wing it and do it yourself? If your toilet breaks, do you replace it yourself, or do you get a plumber? And that's just a real simple question. Are you a do-it-yourself person, or are you not a do-it-yourself person? Listen, if I have a legal problem, I go to my lawyer. That's who I am as a person. I don't want to do that because I believe in expertise. When it comes to financial planning, one of my clients, Chris Villardo, is a financial planner. That's my shout out to Chris. And you know what? I go with Chris because Chris knows his stuff. When it comes to replacing a toilet, no, I'm not going to do that. Yes, I probably could and Google it, but I don't do it. So the question becomes, why don't I do that? And why then would he want to hire me or one of my staff to do work for him rather than just, figuring it out and looking it up online? I'm a big fan of, and I'm a believer in, you pay for expertise. You pay for expertise and you pay for experience. I have done this. I have been a trainer for 26 years. That is a long time. I have seen a lot of stuff. Yes, sometimes things change. Also, sometimes things don't change. That's cool. It's understandable. But this is stuff I do. If I was to come to your job tomorrow and try to do your job, I would do an awful job. That's just plain facts. I'm not going to do good work. The reason I'm not going to do good work is, quite frankly, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. If you're going to come to my job and say, I understand how to work out because I spent, 22 minutes or 25 seconds Googling something on YouTube, or Googling something and finding some cut and paste workout that is going to get me exactly where I want to go with all my goals, you know what? That is audacious at best and stupid at worst. People pay for expertise, and the reason you pay for expertise is because you get somebody who's been there and done that. If you have an injury, I know how to help you with that injury. If you have a sticking point in your diet, I know how to help you because I've done this stuff for 26 years. Why do we do this? Because my staff knows how to do this. We have staff meetings. We talk about this stuff. We spend time and energy researching it, knowing what to do, so we can help potential clients and regular clients every single day. So what are you paying for when you get a trainer? You're paying for expertise. You're paying for time. You're paying for education. And you're paying for somebody to guilt trip you into showing up. I'll tell you right now, Google will never make you show up at the gym, ever. Google will, give you a workout plan that might actually be pretty good. I mean, it's generic. It's not built for you. It's not built for your goals, but it is generic, and you can get more fit. 100% you can get more fit. But is Google going to make you go to the gym? No. Most of my clients, let's be real here, most of my clients show up on days they don't feel like showing up because they paid the money, and if they don't show up, they lose their money. And they don't want to lose their money, so they show the hell up. And when they show up, then I can provide results because of the fact that I'm making them do something. A lot of fitness is built, quite frankly, on guilt and knowing you've paid some money already, so you might as well show. And if you show, good things will happen to you. It's like anything in life. If you show up, you put in hard work, and you try, you're going to get ahead, and you'll be more successful in anything you do. From your relationship to what you do for a job to whatever, to fitness, it all works that way. So in the end of the day, what you're paying for with a trainer or me or whoever is you're paying for expertise. You're paying for accountability, which is a huge one. You know you're accountable. You know you have to answer to somebody. That makes you do things. I mean, quite frankly, if we were all self-motivated, there would be no need for personal trainers. There'd be no need for lawyers. There'd be no need for anything. We live in an information age. There's information everywhere out there. You can get that information, but do you physically have the time to put into researching it and knowing how to get fit? Do you have the next, it's not as easy as a 21-second Google search and you have the perfect workout program. That's not how it works. It takes time. It takes energy to put together a workout program and plan what a client is going to do so they get results. You can get mediocre results or small results, or you can get big results. It's totally up to you. But in the end of the day, to wrap this up, what I'm breaking down here is you're paying for expertise. You're paying for someone to hold you accountable. You're paying for someone to make sure you get to where you want to go in spite of you, because you will be your own worst enemy during that process. So what are you paying for? You're paying for a lot of things, but you're also paying to make sure that you're going to get results, provided that you follow the rules and the things that we tell you to do and the things we encourage you to do. As long as you do those things, you can get results. Anybody can get results in anything as long as they follow through. So that's what I think is important as a trainer. Do I think that's the be all and end all? No, I don't. You don't have to have a trainer. You can get some results. Some people are incredibly self-motivated. But the question you have to ask yourself is, how self-motivated are you? Are you going to be that person who spends hours and hours researching? Are you going to be that person who spends time and energy videotaping yourself and seeing where your form is? Or are you going to need someone who does it professionally and can help you with that? Listen, in the end of the day, it really comes down to whether or not you want to do that and how successful you want to be. It's as simple as that, and there's no right answer there. Doesn't mean you're wrong because you don't want a trainer. Doesn't mean you're right because you want a trainer. It all depends on you. It all depends on you and what you really want out of this and how much time and energy, etc., you're willing to put in. I put together a great free PDF. It's a workout program. You can do it at home. It will get you some results. Yeah, it's not customized to you. It is just a free workout program because it's just a little something for you guys to do at home in case you can't make it to the gym. It's in the description below. You can download it. Have yourself an amazing day. Don't fight the awesome.